I'm done.
What?
I am finished. Henceforth, I will not be giving any indication when it comes to my preferences in film. Because I'll tell you what. I'm like, I don't like Tom Cruise.
Sure.
And then people are like, let's vote for the Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
And then and then I'm stuck reviewing Minority Report. Then I make a big deal out of the fact how having to watch a film and read all the subtitles in order to understand what's going on just ruins a film for me. And look where we freaking are.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable. It's like a personal vendetta against me. So no, it's fine. You know what? No, it's fine. I'm cool. I'm calm. In. Out. Okay. I'm fine. But henceforth.
Yeah.
Henceforth, if someone wants to know what my tastes are when it comes to film, they can bite me because I'm done sharing that information on the internet.
You know, the one thing I'll say here is, you know, obviously, welcome to the Movie Man podcast. I'm Pete.
Oh, yeah, welcome. Hey, I'm Brady,
Brady.
Completely level-headed and calm.
And what I'll say is, you know, this was our 2001 vote, and there were some film options. Amélie won, obviously, as the title can show the listener. But what I'll say is, it won the popular vote, but it won the Patreon vote. And what I mean...
by a freaking landslide.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is our patrons pay money to make you squirm.
Yes.
That's why they do it. That's all. But I mean, there's
how did this bullshit French movie beat out Monsters Incorporated? What? It's a friggin' Pixar film, and it's one of the platinum Pixar films.
I've only seen it once, but from what I remember and what I've heard, it's good.
It beat out Artificial Intelligence, a Steven Spielberg, younger Haley Joel Osment before he grew up and looked exactly the same, but now it's weird because he's old. Jude Law.
I haven't seen AI, but I've been really meaning to. I love Spielberg. I love a lot of his films. I'm assuming this would be at least an interesting view. But no, it did not win.
Donnie Darko, which is a huge, hugely popular cult classic film with Jake Gyllenhaal. But no.
I don't think I had
someone was like, there's this French movie.
I don't think I had heard of Donnie Darko, and when I had seen the picture, the synopsis for it, I was like, wow, where was I when this, I had never seen it.
Where has this been all my life? Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, some French film. No offense to the French.
And again,
with
no offense.
Nobody in it that we've ever heard of.
No,
ever.
This is the definition of a foreign film, a small budget film, film festival film. It's not like here's Tom Cruise and here's Kate Hudson, and I'm just going to stop talking because I'm coming up with bad examples. But yeah, it's very small budget.
So ultimately, I guess if there's a film in the vote that you really, really want to win and you want to have that power to just kind of screw with the nature of things, then support us on Patreon. Because it's like having the friggin' Infinity Gauntlet or something. You can just go, no, I don't like the way things are. And then friggin' everything changes. Up is down, left is right, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah. I think... Yeah.
So, but here we are.
So I think the thing to remember is good friends of the show love this film, so there's got to be a reason for it. And it did win the popular vote, too, so I guess, some people must like it.
Better than Monsters Incorporated, though?
I don't know.
What the hell's happening? This is the first time. This is probably the first time since our third or fourth episode when y'all friggin' voted Grease in over top of
right.
The Sound of Music and shit. You're like, Sound of Music? Yeah, it's good, but I'd rather y'all watch Grease. Ugh. I felt the same way after watching Grease that I would have had I just like taken a shot of Grease. a little bit nauseous, filled with a lot of regret. Such a bad film. Anyways, Amélie. A film that I've wanted to see for a very long time.
I had been curious for quite some time. Yeah.
Oh, I was kidding. I
Oh.
was, no.
I've heard a lot of things. I've heard some things about it.
So I'd never heard anything about it until... well, okay, but not until. With the exception of the fact that... So 2001, because I'm not afraid to show my age.
Yeah.
2001, I would have been 9 years old.
Sure.
And I remember... and I had completely forgotten of this, like, this image memory, whatever you want to, whatever, until we posted the vote options. And I saw the poster for it, the cover, and I remembered it vividly as a rentable movie option on the movie shelves.
Oh, sure.
Just because it's such a vibrant, like it pops, it sticks out. It's this like green background with like a fair-skinned girl with bright red lips and black hair. She's basically Snow White. But yeah, so I knew the image. Like seeing it was like this blast from the past of like, whoa, I remember this image. And I remember always as a kid going, I wonder what that is. Anyways, screw that. Inspector Gadget or, whatever I would rent.
Right.
But yeah, so kind of it was, it's 20 years ago. It's 20 years ago.
That is alarming that the math is correct, yeah.
And so, yeah, so I was like, okay, well, it seems poetic. It seems,
right.
There's some justice being done here. But yeah, so I watched it. I watched it last night.
Cool.
I watched half of it last night, and I watched half of it today.
Okay.
Because, spoiler alert, I got halfway through the movie last night, and I was like... my evening is too precious for this.
Man.
There's shit to do. There's life to enjoy to be watching this film.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
So what'd you think of it?
Okay, I'm gonna start with some trivia. It's not gonna be about It's not gonna be about Amélie. It's just about the year in film that is 2001.
Thank God.
So 2001 actually is kind of a wild year because it seems like from a film perspective, things really changed after 2001. As far as after 2001, there was so many like trilogies and series that were ongoing or underway that just weren't present. Like they all started in 2001. So I've got 5 in mind that I consider pretty key, pretty big on the Hollywood scene. I am curious. I think you'll be able to list them all, or at least 4 out of 5. But can you list what I consider the 5 significant film series or film trilogies that all debuted in 2001?
That debuted in 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That obviously, had their first installment in 2001.
Can I have like a bunch of wrong answers too, and they don't like disqualify me? Like, can I just
sound
keep
it out,
till
and
I'll
just say no, that's not it, or yes, that's it, and I'll keep tab. Just fluid, keep it fluid.
So this is basically my list is I've got no frame of reference as to what came out in 2001.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna go off of things that like I'm just gonna go trilogies from the early 2000s.
Sure.
The Matrix.
No.
What the hell? I was so sure of that one. What the hell? Lord of the Rings.
1. Yep.
Not the prequels. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
No.
Okay. This is actually going way worse than I anticipated. There's more than 3 Shrek films.
Oh, I said series or trilogy, and Shrek is
okay.
So Shrek is 1, so that's 2. Lord of the Rings and Shrek.
Okay, so
yep.
Shrek, Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
I mean, how many films have to be in a series to be a series?
More than 2.
Like more than 2, okay.
Yeah.
There's 5?
You're going too fast with this one.
There's 5?
Yeah. The thing, you need to move faster with answering this question.
Oh, Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, so the first of the 22 films, the first one came out in 2001.
Yeah. So that's 3.
Do you need Dobby? Dobby would love to help.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the first Harry Potter.
So Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Fast and Furious, Shrek. The last one I don't think you'll get because it's like, I consider it big.
I didn't get the first 4.
You got 1.
I mean, kind of. Once you were like, "Ooh, Dolby," it's like that's not me getting it. That's
all right. The last one is Ocean's 11. The remake came out, so
okay, yeah, I wouldn't have.
And some people would call it a trilogy. Some people would call it more than a trilogy if they liked the Sandra Bullock one. We won't get into that. But anyway, regardless, 2001 was just a wild year of like, here, let's start all these key, lucrative, big franchises all in the same year. Like, let's give people something to do for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and for the record, it's not that we're not going to get into it because there's anything wrong with female remakes. We're just, as a rule, with the podcast, we don't discuss anything with Sandra Bullock. I think you'll find pretty consistently if you go back through 135 episodes of the show, we have never once done a Sandra Bullock film.
It's true that she has never come up because we have no problem with like women lead characters, women.
No, just Sandra Bullock. Just that piece of. Anyways.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give what I quickly thought in a nutshell. We did not talk about this beforehand, but I wonder. I'm a way to break this down and to kind of break into this. I wonder. I've got like a list of like maybe 6 to 10 things that are kind of like important things in the film that I could just kind of go through, kind of summative, and then you could kind of weigh in and be like, yeah, like what was going on here, or WTF there, or hey, maybe this is a glimmer of sunshine. And they could be kind of conversation points. What do you think about that?
Yeah, whatever.
In a nutshell, I was curious about this. Based on the people who voted for it, I'm like, wow, a lot of people that we know and have known for a while, they like this enough to vote for it. It must have something there. There must be something to talk about. Or not talk about, but like there must be something to chew on. So I was interested to watch it. I ultimately... I didn't have as negative a experience as you. It sounds like you did. I was expecting more. I was expecting to be moved more, or to be entertained more, or just to have something a bit more occur. And I think it's just it was the wrong shape for the wrong hole. I just wasn't. It just wasn't my tune. And I don't think it was a bad film. I just don't think it was for me. There were some times I was interested. There were some times I was intrigued. There were some heartwarming moments, but they ultimately didn't mix together well enough for me to go, wow, this hit the spot. I would honestly just summarize it. It's kind of it reminded me of Forrest Gump, kind of like a more intentional Forrest Gump, where this kind of innocent, benevolent human being does nice things for others, and then they just kind of have a way of turning out good for her. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I thought.
Is it the nipples? Like, do we all just vote for this movie because it has nipples in it? Like, is it some perverted, like, because I mean, I'll take a picture of mine and we'll upload them, and then we can just like remove that as a film requirement moving forward. People will get their nipple fix, and that'll be sufficient. I'm thinking, because look, I went into the movie soured because it was French. Not just because it was French, but because it was a film that I wasn't going to be able to watch. I had to read this movie. And I don't like reading movies. I like watching movies.
Bef-
and so I went into it and I was like, friggin', whatever.
Before
I didn't want to
you
watch it.
get too heated, in the film's defense, at least, because I would disagree with your statement, like, just as human beings we're different, but there were films like, say, Pan's Labyrinth, where there's imagery, where there's a lot going on. I actually kind of feel the words are distracting from what's going on. For this film, I feel like maybe even you could concede it's not that you really needed to pay attention to the imagery that was going on. Like, it didn't require your attention as maybe as intensely as, say, Pan's Labyrinth.
But I mean, as a film with subtitles, it also requires your attention 300 times more than any other film does.
True. Yeah, it does.
You can't, your phone goes off, you have to pause the movie.
Right.
You can't glance down at a text message because it's gone. You're like, oh, why is he stabbing her now? What did he say?
Right.
Right? And so, anyways, I went into it really soured. I went into it going, I don't want to do this. Then, the first 5 to 10 minutes of this film, I was completely converted.
Oh, wow.
I completely was swayed. Everything, the intros that they were giving people, and sort of this like strange, whimsical, almost like a more serious Tim Burton-esque world. Of like just his kind of sensibilities when Tim Burton's doing a movie that he doesn't mean to be creepy, but it still is weird, kind of like the Big Fish movie.
Oh, okay.
Right? Has that kind of like not quite set, and kind of had a little bit of like series of unfortunate events vibes happening. Kind of had these like, just with like, this is so and so, they dislike this and this, they like this and this, but just the way it was all being presented, and then like the time lapse of the pregnant woman carrying the child to full term, and just like the imagery, I was like, this is a really fun movie. I'm on board. Let's do this. And then like 20 minutes into the film, that they just kind of like they changed art direction halfway through because a lot of that just kind of like takes a hike. I was 100% into this film. 100% into this film right up until and including the moment where she successfully delivers the little treasure trove time capsule thing to that guy.
Sure. And the guy has like the really kind of profound impact from receiving it again.
Yes. And had the film ended there, I would have thought that it was a cute little meaningful short film. It was a lot of fun and just a good story about like being kind to each other and like going out of your way for the little things, something that might be a little thing to you but is a big thing to somebody else.
Sure.
But the film doesn't end there. It goes on for another hour and a half. And I don't care. I do not care about that remaining hour and a half.
I will admit,
like at all.
It was too long, and
it's way too long.
It didn't capture.
It's an hour and a half too long.
I don't think it was that too long, but it didn't capture my attention. The mystery was a mystery enough, but the nice moments were okay. The story that was progressing was okay, but again didn't warrant my attention for the length of time that it was, and I don't know, it just seemed to be missing a piece. There's a lot of nice things about this that could have gone an interesting way for me, but it just really didn't.
When the film presented you with a gem, it was a wonderful gem, and it made you smile, and it was fun, and you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. This is good. But those moments were few and far between, and you had to wade through so much friggin' manure to get to them that it was like not worth it. Like the balance between good moments and just mundane crap was not balanced.
I honestly, I just think it was a little too nuanced for me. just because I just had trouble. There were some cute moments where, we've got this woman who's just so unique, and she's impacted by Lady Diana passing away. And she, like you said, she vows to do this kind of monumental thing. And then it's just kind of like, from then on, it just doesn't match this intensity. And I just felt like it had a lot of different threads that it was kind of weaving. And I really didn't need to see it all. I could have had it condensed. I wanted a bit more kind of urgency to the story. I kind of wanted it to move along a bit faster. And I think, again, like, it just comes down to, it was a little nuanced for me. And I just don't think I enjoyed its style. I just lost interest at times. And I don't think I hated it as much as you did, but I definitely can see some problems, some of the same problems.
The first half hour of this film is splendid. It's lovely, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's energetic. The last hour and a half of this film is potentially the best thing that has ever happened to Lost in Translation, because it means that I'm probably going to lay off Lost in Translation for a while in order to talk about the last hour and a half of Amélie.
Right. Oh,
I have nothing. There's nothing to say about this movie. It's not often that a film just flat out doesn't work for me. Like, I'm a pretty easygoing, easy to entertain, happy with most movies kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Like, rarely do I crap on a film. I would say more often than not. I didn't like Cats. I didn't like Lost in Translation, which was not even an episode we did. It was just something you recommended to me.
Yep.
Bastard. And and I didn't like this. But really, I don't spend a lot of time crapping on films. I would say more often than not, I'm like trying to sway you over to realizing how really good a movie is.
Yep. Yep.
But this just didn't work. It just, to me, again, and I think it was because I went in with bad expectations. Then my hopes got really high, exceptionally high. And then by the time the movie was over, it actually scored lower than I anticipated it was going to when I went in with bad expectations.
I think something that I've learned in the last few years of just being a film, an enjoyer of film. And I remember Quentin Tarantino, it was some interview on some talk show where he talked about where before he kind of really broke through or actually got into the industry, like he used to work at a video rental store, and customers or friends would come in and say, hey, like, what movie do you really like? What movie do you enjoy? What movie would you recommend that I watch? And he kind of has, the interview I saw, he had this story where, like, it's not just that he has a rubber stamp that he says, okay, I think everyone should watch Corpse's Bride, or everyone needs to watch Saving Private Ryan. I just made those film titles up. I forget, he didn't use exact titles, but you have to make a recommendation based off who the person is, what they like, what they don't like, and you have to recommendations need to be as individual as the person is. And I think that's maybe what came down with this movie, is just this movie is not my type of film. And I went into it, and I wasn't hating on it, or it didn't have as big of a hill to climb as it did with you, but I think I had higher expectations for it, or higher expectations of what it would do for me, and just unfortunately it didn't do those things. I am going to talk about a couple things that I did like really quickly.
Okay. Do it.
And again, it's too bad because I really like these things, and there were moments where, like you said, there's interesting things, there's heartfelt things that if it had been a little more oomph to it, maybe there's something here, but just for me personally, it's not. I did like the concept and the style of just introducing new characters and the introduction of characters throughout, and you get this quick snapshot of who this character is and their backstory, and not so much just complete summary, but also just nuances of, like, just is the human being that this character is. Here's a little bit about them in like a quick snapshot. And it's both the visual aspect of it that I enjoyed and just getting these nuances of characters in a quick kind of snapshot kind of way. I did like, and it was kind of beginning and return, I did like this showing of unrelated events kind of having nothing to do with each other that would coincidentally overlap, and just kind of the intricacy that was involved with them and that kind of storytelling I liked. I mentioned this, but it's kind of a little bit more of an intentional Forrest Gump, someone who's really benevolent, but good things happen to them, even though they're not really self-serving with their actions. The one thing that I think I honestly would have given this film a higher score, because I think I would have just had been so more influenced by it, was there is the sequence near the end of the film where, you know, she's throughout this whole film, she has all these imaginary sequences, all these daydreams of how she's envisioning people doing things, like, you know, how she envisions things are going, or her imagination playing games on her. And near the end, there was just this sequence where you see her in her apartment, and she has one of these things, one of these visions, and then, you know, you pan to behind her, and there's the beads moving in a doorway, and it would have led up to like her interest, the male interest here, kind of walking up to behind her, and for once one of her visions being kind of interwoven or kind of merging with reality. And I thought that's where the film was really leading up to, and it ended up just being her cat walking behind her. And I honestly got so excited. Like, I sat up in my chair and I'm like, oh, no way. Like, this would be really cool to have this theme of all her kind of visions finally come to reality, and kind of have this kind of be a neat theme that kind of is a turning point in the film and the storyline. And I got so excited, not just for what it was emotionally, but just as a piece of storytelling. And when it didn't happen, and I'm sure maybe there's some people who like why it didn't happen, or there's some artistic reason why it didn't happen, but just for me personally, I was really let down when it didn't happen. And I honestly probably would have given this score, or this film score, a good point or two higher, just by having that bit of a cumulative oomph at the end that just kind of tied some things together. And not even that it would have made me feel but good, but it just would have been like a real kind of connecting of the dots of storytelling. It didn't happen, and I'm that's just me personally, but I was disappointed in the film taking a left when I would have liked it to take a right.
Look, I'll concede that I'm being unreasonable.
And I know you are. Like, I know you put on these things with Lost in Translation or with this, and I realize that, you know, you don't think it's really...
no, I genuinely hate Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation was a terrible film. No, I'm not even, like, I cannot express how genuine I am when I say there's no film there. Like, you watch Lost in Translation and you're like, what was that even supposed to be? That wasn't a movie. There was no story. There was no a semblance of, like, resolution to any kind of conflict. Like, what? Just a bunch of garbage. Yeah, no. I hate Lost in Translation. I didn't hate this film. I genuinely don't have anything good to say other than what I've already said. Yeah. And anything that I try to say is gonna just be me lying. Is gonna be me, like, trying to fluff this thing out. And, like... And I can't, it's not even like I can break down the reasons why I didn't like it. It's just boring. It's just, the story moves so slow. The film's way too long. And it just it wasn't consistent. Like, it starts out and it's so good. And then it just nosedives. As far as entertainment value, as far as story, as far as like, yeah, what happened? We get it a little bit again where there's, like, she falls asleep and her paintings are, like, talking to each other. Sure. And that was kind of like, oh, okay, we're kind of coming back to this art style again then. But then it drops off and you're like, okay, well, thanks for stopping by. Fun while you were there. Like, yeah, I don't know. The movie starts out really fantastical, and then it loses that, and you're like, oh, okay, wait, what?
Right. Yeah, I
It
honestly
starts out not grounded in reality at all, and then becomes very grounded in reality, and then kind of slips out of reality a couple of times, but never quite meets that initial like, ooh, this is fantastical, this is fun.
Right. Yeah, I think like I said before, if that ending had changed, and if the length had been limited, I think the length. I'm not against length of films as a rule, but I think with this one, for me, just I would put this as a kind of a fluffy film where it's, I'm watching a character who's doing these fun, nice things. There's some fun kind of storytelling moments, where there's this mirroring of there's this neighbor who's painting a picture, and there's a girl in the picture who kind of is similar to Amélie, and they kind of have this discussion about the person in the painting, and it's it's eerily reminiscent of her, and there's some fun things here and there like that, and just some nice moments, but again, it's just kind of lost in the length, and for the storytelling that needs to be told, I don't need it to be this long.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's fair. Do you have anything else, or are we ready to score this thing?
I think we're ready to score this thing.
Okay, do it. Just do it.
I think
rip the Band-Aid off.
I think you'll be surprised. I actually wasn't as hard on scoring it as one might suspect. I don't think it was a bad film. I think it was a lack of a film executing things that made me enjoy it. So I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. It's right in the middle. I did not hate it, but I was definitely disappointed that it wasn't better. On Marshall's scale, it honestly got about the same. I gave it either a 5, maybe a 6 if I was really convinced, but it's closer to a 5. So a 5.5 or a 5 on my scale. So it's right down the middle. Do I dare ask what you gave it?
I have 2 scores.
Okay.
I give the first half hour of this film a
okay.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Cool.
I give the rest of it a 2 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess average that or something. I don't know.
Sure.
But like,
yeah.
Just so
I'm I am
so
curious.
What do you want to do now?
I'm curious what people enjoy about it. I'd be curious, what they appreciate, what they enjoy, and
yeah, I'd kind of like to know what's wrong with people and like
I'm not saying that.
Gain some insight, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what?
Well, there's usually a segment that we have.
There's usually, and typically I would ask you a question.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
What?
I'm gonna pass this off to somebody else.
Hey fellas, it's Marshall from Hamilton, Ontario, and this week I watched a 3-hour black and white Russian film called Hard to Be a God. It's about some scientists in the future who travel to another planet where humans are stuck in the Dark Ages. What did you guys watch?
What just happened?
The cockles of my heart were warmed. That's what happened.
My goodness. Can you so you answer the question first, but can you briefly explain why I've been replaced?
Well, in spirit of a French forum film, I will explain it avec plaisir. We have this new thing. We have this thing where you can email us or Facebook message us an audio clip where you tell us your name, where you're from, and one film that you watched this week, and you ask us what we watched this week. So instead of Brady traditionally asking, hey, Pete, what did you watch, and that starting the segment, if you send in a clip, you can start that segment.
Sure can. And you want to structure it just like that. And if you do either that or are supporting us on Patreon,
or sign up to join or to support us on Patreon.
Yeah, if you're supporting us on Patreon by the end of April 2021, we've got some iTunes gift cards that we're just
gift cards. We're giving away three $10 iTunes gift cards. And if you like win and we contact you and you're like, dude, iTunes isn't my thing, we'll say no worries. We'll send you $10 of something else. So don't get hung up on the iTunes.
Yeah. Android or freaking Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
So do it. Like, I mean, the odds are good.
The odds are good.
You know, like, I don't know if this is information that we need to divulge, but like we have 10 Patreon supporters currently.
Well, and I think people can publicly see that. Yeah, so
you
that's
can see
okay.
that. I just want to point it out. But like,
10 is, there's nothing wrong with 10.
No. I didn't mean that. It's weird. I don't want to talk about it like we're boasting or like we're complaining. Or it's just best not to, you know.
I see what you're saying. You're just saying,
but
hey,
so your odds are good.
There's 10.
Your odds are good.
Yeah, there's 10 people, 3 gift cards, and more people if more people sign up for Patreon or more send audio clips. But yeah, it's not like a lottery ticket where it's like 1 in 10 million or something. Like it's pretty good shot. Yeah.
So for less than $2 a month, you'll be supporting us. You'll be entered into a pretty good odds draw for a $10 iTunes gift card, and you'll have access to all this like bonus content that has been popping up on there lately, particularly pertaining to the MCU Disney Plus series. Series is WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So you're going to want to check that out because there's lots more coming. Lots more. So, Anyways, Pete, answer the damn man.
I watched one film this week. I watched the 2017 film Beast. It was a drama, psychological thriller. It was interesting. I think if you're into that kind of thing, you should check out the trailer, the synopsis. It had enough that I was definitely interested and it captivated me, and I was kind of wondering where the story would go and what was going to happen. And it wasn't uncomfortable enough that I felt like, ooh, I regret watching this. So it had that good balance and a good flow. And at the end of it, with this type of film, I probably won't ever watch it again, but it was definitely an interesting ride and I enjoyed watching it. And it was an interesting film. So, yeah, Beast was the only film I watched. Which is now confusing because I think the live action Beauty and the Beast came out in 2017. So that's kind of just confusing.
So. But they do that all the time.
Right? They do what all the time?
Snow White, Mirror, Mirror.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a Thor will come out and then there'll be like 8 bullshit B-rated crap. Half some of them are like half porn parodies. The other half are just like low budget drug films, and it's like, Asgard and son of Thor and Odin's son, and like, and people are like, oh shit, there's a film coming, we should capitalize on this, and just and
Thor
put Dave in a wig. Dave, put this wig on. Okay, you're Thor now. Got it? Okay, and action. I don't know, make something up. Go.
Thor shagging a rock.
Shagging a rock. Wow.
Brady, what did you watch this week?
As far as films go, not a damn thing. I watched. I mean, it was Easter, man. It was Easter.
Yeah.
And assignment heavy with school and stuff like that. But I watched. I watched the latest. Would it be the 3rd episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Oh, cool.
So still managed to fit that in.
Nice.
But.
So how long is that series going to be, the Falcon and Winter?
Well, if you follow me on Patreon and listen to the episodes, I do talk about that.
I haven't listened to it because
it's just kind of a thing that I do.
No, I don't want to spoil it. I haven't even
episodes.
started it. 6, okay.
Six episodes.
Cool.
But so far they're all like 50, 49 to like 55 minutes an episode too. So 6 is, I think 6 will be fine.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Got anything to say?
I don't think so.
No? No show keeping? Okay.
No, sorry. I thought you meant about Falcon.
No, whatever. No. It said, hey, screw it.
No.
Doesn't matter.
We've got some social media pages below. Check them out. Like, follow, subscribe. Check out our Patreon
Yeah, you
page.
spend all the time on your freaking phone anyways. Do something supportive with it for a change.
Check out our Patreon page, our merchandise page, if you're interested in supporting the show, helping it grow. And in this case, like we said, if you're interested in entering this contest to win a prize, send us a voice clip of what you watched or join our Patreon page, and you can be entered to win this contest. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you or talk to you next time.
Yeah, you'll hear us next week, assuredly, talking about a better film. I mean, how could we not? It's not going to be a worse film. Because with a few exceptions, those don't exist.